I'm kind of stuck here. This might be a good campground. The cops won't bother me. Just took my first crash here. Let's go for another ride on the Yamaha C3. This is the best 50 you can possibly get, I think. This is the bike trail, but it cuts into the next neighborhood. That way we avoid riding on the goddamn streets. Look at that shortcut, man. This is a pretty interesting place here in Maryland. It's called Woodlawn, I believe. The park police is up ahead, but there's also this little thing that's part of the Underground Railroad. That's kind of neat. Purchase tickets at the visitor center. It is about, the prices, adults $5, seniors $4, children $4. So we've talked about scooter advantages quite a bit. Let's talk about the disadvantages of owning a 50 like this. The number one is, probably as you might have noticed, is the speed. It's a very slow bike, and yeah, I know you could get a 50 to go a little bit faster, but we're just talking about complete stock 50s like this. This one will hit close to 40 miles an hour, and I believe this one is a pretty decent and fast one. Another disadvantage, small engine. And it's not so much about the speed, but the small engines basically don't last as long. Another disadvantage, especially in cities, is that the suspension is very bad on these. I mean, like, any pothole will send you flying. I mean, you really have to be careful with the potholes. The suspension is not great. And another downside of the 50 is that when you go uphill, oh, where does this go? When you go uphill, the bike struggles. So if you're going 40 miles an hour on the flat, once you get on that hill, you'll drop to like 25 miles an hour, depending on how steep the hill is. Yeah, like going uphill on these 50s, they really struggle. Another downside is that these bikes don't normally have rear pegs for your passenger, so you couldn't really take somebody on these scooters. You probably wouldn't want to because they're not meant to carry a lot of weight. Another downside is that they generally look feminine. And if you're into looks and you want something that looks a little butch, scooters probably are not it for you. Another downside is that generally these scooters are going to be maxed out all the time if you live not in a city. So if you live in the outskirts of a city, you're going to be maxing it out all the time. If you live in a city, you probably won't. Another disadvantage is that oftentimes, because they're kind of feminine looking, you'll encounter, sometimes, it's rare, but it's happened to me, of guys who are macho and usually in pickup trucks. It's always been pickup trucks, now that I think about it, who try to taunt you. I had one guy one time throw a bottle at me as he passed. I had other guys, call me like a faggot, like things like that. It doesn't happen often, and it's 2019, so it doesn't happen, with a frequency as much as it did before. Now people are kind of being a little bit more used to like alternate lifestyles, I guess. Another disadvantage is that I believe you're a little bit unsafer on a 50 than like a 100cc, and mainly you have a little bit more power to move past like 40 miles an hour. I think that keeps you a little bit safer because generally people want to move a little bit faster than the speed limit. This bike will move at the speed limit, but oftentimes it's not good enough. So it's always nice to have a little bit more power to keep up with traffic and sometimes to pass blocks and just to have a little bit more cushion of safety. Another disadvantage is that you're so small that oftentimes cars do not see you. Another downside is because it's so small, if there's a car behind you, it sees through you, and ultimately cars that see through you want to pass you. Even if they're going speed limit and they're not interested in going faster, if they see through you, they will try and pass you. I don't know where this leads. This is off of Zion Road. I hope it's not just another private driveway. I really get squirrely with this loose stuff. I think there's asphalt up ahead. Well, I'm back one more time. I don't know how many miles I did, but probably like 100 maybe, or 80 or something like that. Good times. I didn't go as far as yesterday. Another good ride on the C3. This bike is pretty fun to ride. Very smooth. Alright, squids, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.